Hello students, myself Ashish Chawla, and today we start the new chapter, that is compound interest. चैप्टर को स्टार्ट करने से पहले हम समझेंगे कि व्हाट डू मीन बाय इंटरेस्ट. लेट टेक एन एग्जांपल. वी हैव टू पर्सन्स. देयर इज अ पर्सन A and there is a person B. Let's say the person B required some money, so he borrowed the money from the person A. Let's say the money that the person B borrowed from A is P. P is the money that B borrows from A. So the person who is giving the money is called money lender, and the person who borrowed the money is known as borrower. Now, after sometimes the B will return back the money that he borrowed from A. Let's say after the time T, after time T years, he return back the money. So उसको जो उसने मनी उधार ली है वो तो वापस रिटर्न करनी ही पड़ेगी, लेकिन साथ साथ में वो कुछ एक्स्ट्रा मनी भी पे करता है. क्यों एक्स्ट्रा मनी क्यों पे करता है? क्योंकि उसने जो मनी ली है वो उसको T ईयर्स के बाद उसको वापस कर रहा है. तो जितने टाइम के लिए उसने उसको मनी यूज़ करी तो उसकी वजह से उसको कुछ एक्स्ट्रा मनी पे करनी पड़ती है. दैट इज़ कॉल्ड इंटरेस्ट. द एक्स्ट्रा मनी दैट वी हैव टू पे फॉर द यूज़ ऑफ मनी इज़ नोन एज द इंटरेस्ट. तो हमें कुछ एक्स्ट्रा मनी पे करनी पड़ती है. दैट इज़ कॉल्ड इंटरेस्ट. सो वी हैव टू पे P plus I, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड अमाउंट. So in this way, interest is nothing but the extra money that we have to pay for the use of money. Let's say there is another term by which we can calculate the interest. How we can calculate the interest? Basically the interests are of two types. That is the simple interest and the compound interest. There are two types of interest, that is simple interest and the compound interest. Now in interest, first of all we define the term rate of interest. Rate of interest denoted by R. So example, if the rate of interest is 10% per annum, if the rate of interest is 10% per annum, it means that we have to pay 10 rupees extra, or we have to pay 10 rupees as interest. We have to pay 10 rupees as interest after 1 year. After 1 year, if we borrow 100 rupees, अगर हमने किसी से 100 रुपीज़ उधार लिए हैं एक साल के लिए, तो हमें 10 रुपीज़ एक्स्ट्रा पे करने पड़ेंगे एज अ इंटरेस्ट. सो 10% पर annum means we have to pay 10 rupees extra if we borrow 100 rupees for 1 year, after 1 year. Okay. So this is the meaning of 10% per annum, or it is nothing but our rate of interest. हम किस रेट से इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हैं, that is called rate of interest. So it is clear that 10% per annum means we have to pay 10 rupees extra if we borrow 100 rupees for 1 year. So first we discuss about the simple interest. Let's say if we borrow our money P, that is known as principal, and R is the rate of interest, and T is the time period for which we borrow the money, and A is the amount. Let's say the interest we understand is that R is the interest. R is the interest if we borrow money P for 1 year. Okay. Now let's say R is the interest if we borrow rupees 100 for 1 year. R% per annum means that is R is the interest if we borrow 100 rupees for 1 year. Now it means for rupees 100 for 1 year, the interest is R. By unitary method, if the rupees 1 we borrow for 1 year, the interest is R upon 100. Now if we rupees P borrow for 1 year, the interest is, the value of 1 is R by 100, so the value of P becomes P into R by 100. Now if we borrow rupees P for T years, then the interest will be P R 100 multiplied by T. So this is the interest, that is P R T by 100, if we borrow money P for the T years. So we define interest, or you can say simple interest, or use simply interest, is defined as P R T by 100. So this is the formula. This formula is derived by unitary method here. Now understand what is the, let's say first we can solve some problem based on simple interest. The first problem, find the rate of interest, by which a money become double in 4 years. So our question is that if we borrow the money become double in 4 years, so the time period that is given to us is 4 years. Let's say our money is P and the money become double, that is amount, that is 2 times of P, that is double in 4 years. So we have to find what should be the rate of interest. So we know that amount is equals to principal plus interest. So the value of A is 2P, so 2P equals to P plus SI. So SI is equals to 2P minus P, that is P. So simple interest is P. So, and we know that the formula for the simple interest is P R T by 100, and that is equals to P. Now put the values. In place of P I wrote P, in place of R I have to put R. Time is given to us, that is 4, we put 4 by 100 is equals to P. Now shift the remaining thing except R, so 100 come in the numerator side and P into 4 is coming to the downside. P and P are get cancelled and 100 and 4 are get cancelled, that is 25 times. So the rate of interest is 25% per annum. So in this way we can do the problems based on simple interest. Now let's understand the concept of compound interest. Let's understand with an example. Let's say if I borrow 1000 rupees, if I borrow 1000 rupees from some person at the rate of interest 10% per annum for 3 years. So what is the interest that I have to pay if the interest is compound interest? So if we talk about the first year, during the first year the principal is 1000 and the rate of interest is 10% per annum, and the time period is 3 years. We are talking about only the first year, so the time should be 1 year. So we calculate the first interest. So the interest is, that is for the first year is, that is P R T upon 100. In place of P I put 1000, in place of R I put 10, and for the time, that is 1 year only, that is 100. So 2 zeros are 2 zeros cancel, so 10 into 10, that is 100. So the simple interest, or the interest for the first year is 100. So the amount for the at the end of first year is principal plus simple interest for the first year, that is principal is 1000 and the interest for the first year is 100, so it becomes 1100. So the amount at the end of first year is 1100. Now when we are going to the second year, now the principal for the second year is nothing but the amount of the first year, so A1. So the value of A1 is 1100, and the rate of interest again the same, that is 10% per annum. And we are calculating the interest for the second year, so again time period is 1 year. So again I calculate the simple interest or the interest, that is SI2 is given as P2RT by 100. I put the values, P2 that is 1100, that is 10, T is 1 by 100. Again 2 zeros cancel, so 11 into 10, that is 110. So the interest for the second year is 110. Now what should be the amount at the end of the second year? The amount at the end of the second year is P2 plus SI2. So the P2 is 1100 plus 110, that is 1210. So this is the amount at the end of second year. Now when we are moving in the third year, so the principal in the third year is the amount of the previous year, that is A2. The value of A2 is 1210. Rate of interest again 10% per annum, and the time period is again 1 year, because we are calculating only for the third year interest. So the simple interest for the third year is P3R into T by 100. So put the values. In place of P3 I put 1210, in place of R I put 10, in place of T I put 1 divided by 100. So 10 cancel, 10 cancel, so 121 is the answer. So the interest for the third year is 121. So finally the amount at the end of 3 years is P3 plus SI3, which is equals to 1210 plus 121, that is equals to 1331. So this is the amount at the end of 3 years. So in this way we can find the compound interest. So 1331 is the amount at the end of third year. So finally the interest, that is compound interest, is given as amount minus principal. So the final amount is our A3 and principal is P. So the value of A3, that is 1331, and the principal is 1000. So the compound interest is 331. So in this way we can find the compound interest. So we have a formula for the compound interest by which we can find directly the compound interest, and the formula for the compound interest is compound interest formula. So the amount is given as P1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T. So this is a formula for the amount by which we can find directly amount when the interest is compounded. So A is equals to P1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T. Now in order to find the compound interest, we know that A is equals to P plus compound interest. So the compound interest is equals to A minus P. So in place of A I write simply P1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T, that is A, and from A we have to minus P. Now from these two terms we take P common. So in bracket we have 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T. We take P common, so minus 1 here. So this is the formula for the compound interest, that is CI is equals to P bracket 1 plus R by 100 raised to the T minus 1. Or simply we can find amount, and from this amount if we subtract P we directly get the compound interest, or you can use directly this formula. So as we apply this formula in this question, we can directly find the compound interest. Let's see. So in this question what we have given to us, that is Principal is given to us, that is 1000 rupees. Rate of interest is given to us, that is 10% per annum, and the time period is given to us, that is 3 years. So first we find the amount with the help of compound interest formula, that is P 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T. Put the values. P is 1000, 1 in place of R I put 10, 100, time period is 3 years, so 1000, 0 से 0 cancel, so 1 plus 1 by 10 we get 11 by 10 raised to the power 3. So 1000, 11 by 10 का हमें क्यूब करना है, that is 11 into 11 into 11 and 10 into 10 into 10. So this is 1000 and this is 1000, they are get cancelled. So we are getting 11 cube, that is 1331. So that is our amount. Now in order to find the compound interest, we know that compound interest is equal to amount minus principal, that is 1331 minus P, that is 1000. So we are getting 331. So this is the compound interest. This is the shorter way to find the compound interest directly. Now we see what is the basic difference between a compound interest and a simple interest. Now we see what is the difference between the compound interest and the simple interest. Again, we understand this concept by taking an example. In the right hand side, in the left hand side I write simple interest, and here I write compound interest. Now let's see what is happening in these two cases. Let us assume that P is 1000 and rate of interest is 10%, and let's say we talk about only for the 2 years, let's say 2 years. Now when we are talking for the first year, so we calculate the interest for the first year. Our principal is 1000 in the first year, rate of interest is 10%, and as we are calculating only for the first year, so time period is 1 year. So the interest is P into R into T by 100, so that is 100 rupees. So the interest for the first year in the case of simple interest is rupees 100. Now when we are talking for the second year, now principal again 1000, the principal is kept as it is, rate is 10% again, time period again 1 year. Again we calculate interest for the second year, this is interest for the first year, that is interest for the second year, that is P into R into T by 100. So again we are getting 100 rupees. So that is for the second year. The interest is again the same, that is 100. Now when we are talking about the compound interest, now during the first year P is 1000, rate of interest is 10%, and the time period is 1 year, because we are talking only for the first year. So again we calculate the interest for the first year, that is P R T upon 100, that is 1000 into 10 into 1 by 100, that is equals to 100. So for the first year the interest is 100, which is same as simple interest. Now the main point, that is for the second year. In the second year, the principal for the second year is the amount of the first year. In the case of compound interest, the amount of the first year, that is A1, the amount of the first year is the principal for the second year. So what is the amount for the first year? That is principal plus interest. So principal is 1000 and the interest is 100. So the answer is 1100. So P2 is equals to, P2 is not equals to 1000, but P2 is equals to 1100. Rate of interest same, time period again 1 year. Now the interest we calculate, that is P2 into R into T by 100. So P2 1100, R 10, time period 1, divided by 100, that is 110. So the interest for the second year is 110, not 100. But in the simple interest, the interest is always the same. But in the case of compound interest, the interest is different for the different year. So in the first year we are having 100, in the second year we are 110. The main point that we notice here that the principal for the second year is not P, it is the amount at the end of the first year. The amount at the end of first year is 110. So this becomes principal for the second year. So that is the major difference between the simple interest and the compound interest. I think it is clear to you. Thank you.